The Andean cat, the most endangered wild cat in the Americas, limit to high altitude regions in Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, and Peru. Its vulnerability arises from habitat loss, fragmentation, and hunting, affecting small, isolated populations. Recognizing its critical situation, there's a call to establish an action plan outlined in this document. It aims to unite stakeholders and coordinate efforts across Andean countries, presenting information on the species, its threats, and proposing global conservation objectives. The Andean cat examines distinct cycle features, including a bent tail with 7 to 9 dark rings and a white tip. Black spots adorn the leg, chest, lips, and eyes area. Large, slightly rounded ears and sturdy legs marked with black color characterize the species, with brown colored soles. While there's no apparent sexual differences in fur color, differences emerge between juveniles and adults. Young Andean cats have a lighter color and small spots, making them easily confused with pampas cat. School measures reveal specific characteristics distinguished from the pampas cat, such as greater sagittal crest, legs, and more robust premolars and molars, despite a sharp, flat, and elongated dorsal skull profile with other species. The Andean cat's tympanic bulla chambers differentiate it, adapt for high auditory capacity in desert habitat. The species possesses 28 teeth, but the presence of the second premolar is variable. Sexual deformities is suggested by larger male skulls aligned with a common feline pattern, although further confirmation with a larger sample size is necessary. The Andean cat in high altitude Rockies regions across Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, and Peru, showcasing the remarkable adaptation to extreme climates. Climatic conditions vary throughout the Andean mountain range, with decreasing precipitation and more arid conditions as you move south. The species inhabit the Alto Andean region every month are characterized by sparse vegetation, xerophytic grass, low herbs, and short-legged zola. In volcanic rocky areas, Lloreta and Quinoa cushions grow, the later being a tree-like species adapted to high altitudes. Beholders of our wetlands feed by glacial meltwater, are vital resource for wildlife and domestic animals. Flowing water is crucial for the Andean cat and other residents like vizcachas or chinchillones. Vizcachas are specific to the rocky every month influence to distribution and population density of the Andean cat with wetlands, rocky slopes, vizcacha collins, rodents, and aquatic birds forming essential components of its habitat. This rocky terrain association is confirmed in both Chile and Argentina. The Andean cat, known as Titi in Aymara-speaking regions and Oshkoyo in Quechua-speaking areas across Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, and Peru, exhibits local variations in nomenclature. In some locals, it's differentiated from the pampas cat, each having distinct names for instance, Guañatiti. In Bolivia suggests a cat of dry areas or mountain range. In Aymara, while the Peruvian name Hualpazua from Quechua might imply the cat as a chicken tribe. Spanish terms like gato montes in Bolivia encompass both the Andean and Pampas cat, while Greyfoot's cat is also known as Oscoyo or wildcat in the Valley region. Limited information exists regarding the geology of the Andean cat, with recent data primarily focused on determining its presence across Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, and Peru. Details of territoriality and movements are scarce, but there's a possibility of larger territories for males with some degree of overlap, a common trait among felids. Territory size is likely influenced by a food availability, with males considering the presence of reciprocal females during mating season. Given trade habitat conditions, both territory and home range may be expensive, resulting in low population density. The Andean cat is potentially solitary, but may form pairs during the mating season and with offspring after birth. Mating occurs from July to August in Bolivia, suggesting births between September and November, although observations suggest a more extended breeding season from October to April. The mating season may also until November or December. The period from October to March corresponds to spring and summer in the southern hemisphere, and linked with typical wildlife birthing seasons, while the litter size remains unknown. Observation indicate the distance of two clubs in separate occasions and locations. Despite most shifting happening in the morning, it's possible that Andean cat primarily has habits during dawn or at night, with reproduced daytime activity limited to certain times of the year. The Andean cat is a nocturnal animal, and current studies on the species using camera traps report activity, mainly in the early morning or after sunset. In Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, and Peru, populations of Aymara and sometimes Quechua origin share similar belief about the Andean cat. Among these communities, and common tradition involves using the cat or taxidermy in domestic livestock, marking ceremonies particularly for llamas or alpacas. Notably, the Andean cat and the Pampas cat are integral to these traditions, often used interchangeably. Local variations exist within and between countries, with influence from Western culture occasionally leading to the partial or complete loss of Andean cultural values and distortion and ancestral customs.
In Peru, families with hound livestock in the southern region of Peru use the skins of wild cats, without distinguishing between the Indian cat and the Pampas cat. They were religious as customary activities, believing that the preserved cat will improve livestock reproductions. Thus, activities including the livestock marking ceremony called tinkachi in some areas. Sometimes the preserved cats are kept for the rest of the years as protectors in a small container containing the blood of the market animals. Some people say that only one cat per family is necessary, but most prefer to keep several species. On the other hand, some Indian residents hand-wheel cats considering them dangerous to domestic animals. It is highly likely that Indian cat population naturally exists along the Sindhis. However, they may have been reduced and continue to be affected in the various countries within their range due to hunting for various reasons of habitat alterations. Additionally, the characteristics of their habitat naturally led to fragmented distributions. One of the factors that might have influenced the reduction of Indian cat population is the extinction of the two chinchilla species in much of their contributions area, which were perhaps their primary prey. Internationally, the Indian cat is protected under the Conventions on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, and is listed as an endangered species that is or may be affected by trade. The trade of these species is subject to special and strict regulations. In the country within its range, it is also protected primarily alongside other wildlife and in some cases by more specific provisions. However, in all of these countries, full compliance with these provisions is not always achieved, and the hunting of certain wildlife species, whether for commercial purpose or not, continues. The main threat to the extinction of the Indian cat, also known as the Indian cat of the Indian mountain cat, is the loss of its habitat and illegal hunting. Some of the specific factors contributions to this threat include: 1. Habitat destruction. The expansion of agriculture, mining, and other human developments has led to the degradation and destruction of the natural habitat of the Indian cat. Illegal hunting. The Indian cat is hunted for its fur and sometimes for sport. 3. Habitat fragmentations. The constrictions of rats and other developments can fragment the Indian cat's habitat. Climate change. Climate change can have indirect effects of the Indian cat's survival by altering the distributions patterns of prey species and modify the mountain's habitat where it lives. 5. Competitions with invasive species. The presence of invasive species such as fox and wild dog can compete for resources and pose a threat to the Indian cat. Despite the limited available information about the Indian cat, it is widely acknowledged worldwide that this species is one of the most endangered felines. In this context, the primary objective of this plan is to establish the necessary measures for ensuring the species survival over the long term, protecting its habitat, establishing protected areas and natural reserves where the Indian cat can live and reproduce without human interference, implementing regulation and policies to limit the expansion of agriculture, mining, and other developments that destroy its habitat, combating illegal hunting, strengthening the enforcement of laws and regulations that prohibited the illegal hunting and trade of Indian cats and their parts, encouraging reporting of illegal, mitigate human conflicts, developing methods and management strategies to reduce conflicts between Indian cats and dogs communities, such as compensations programs for livestock, education communities about the importance of species conservation and their role in managing dense conflicts, restoring and connections habitat, working on habitat restoration and create ecological corridors to connect, isolate population of Indian cats, which helps maintain genetic diversity and facilitate the movement of individuals. The conservation of endangered species such as the Indian cat presents significant challenges to our society. Reflecting of this topic, let's use to consider our role in biodiversity protection and wildlife preservation. In a world increasingly marked by human development and the exploitation of natural resources, it is essential to recognize that we are guardians of the biological diversity of our planet. The Indian cat is not just a symbol of the beauty of nature and essential like an Indian ecosystems. Ultimately, the survival of the Indian cat and other endangered species depend on our collective willingness to protect and preserve the natural wealth of our planet. Biodiversity is essential for our well-being and or the future of generations to come. Reflecting on the conservation of the Indian cat remains use of the importance of respecting and caring for the natural world we share and motivates you to take action in this defense.